Now, I know this is going to piss some people off, but in my opinion, the absolute best exercise for glutes is the sumo deadlift. You know, some people are saying, no, it's the hip thrust, or, the best thing you do is when your wife goes to work and nobody's home, use your booty band. And that might be true if you do your sumos like everybody else, but if you're doing the way I'm going to show you, they're phenomenal. So let's get you off that padded toilet seat and get you a real ass. Let's get after it. Now, I will say there's definitely a case to be made that hip thrust should take the top spot because it really is that continuous cracking walnuts with your cheeks motion that is so good at engaging your glutes. And obviously there's some built-in nostalgia we all feel because it reminds us of being younger, hitting the bars full of piss and vinegar and obviously alcohol and seeing that BBW in the corner and thinking, I'm up for the challenge. But there's two huge problems with hip thrusts. First one being, it's the only exercise you ever thought to yourself, God damn it, I wish I was weaker because it's going to be a pain in the ass to put all these plates away. And second, I don't care how many pads you use. Having that bar dig into your futa or fupa, depending on who's watching, makes you feel a little bit more sterile with each rep. But what we can do is take what makes hip thrust so great, bring it over to sumos, and create one hell of an exercise. All right, let's talk the setup. First thing you want to do, get rid of your shoes. Because I don't care how flat yours are or if you have specific lifting shoes, when it comes to this exercise, nothing beats Costco socks. Next, no matter how light the set is, use your straps because we're training for hypertrophy, and the biggest mistake I see people make that holds them back and actually limits how much muscle they can put on is they're not specific enough about what muscles they're targeting with each exercise. So for instance, they'll think, I'm going to go squat and train my legs. That's going to limit you. Instead, you should be thinking, okay, I'm going to do a high bar squat, feet close, target those quads, or I'm going to go low bar, feet wide, limit the range of motion, hit glutes. And the same thing applies here. I don't want to think about my grip strength or my lower back. I just want to target my glutes. Now, when it comes to setting up at the bar, don't put those feet too wide. It'll actually keep you from really pulling from those hips. So only put those feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Now, when it comes to the angle of your feet, I would say anywhere from 60 to 45 degrees. Now, you might have to work your way to that 45-degree mark, but it's beneficial because it'll actually promote good form. It'll force you to drive those knees out as you contract up. All right, now we can really get into what makes these sumos different. And I know it took a while to get to, but you have to understand that there could be some new lifters watching this and to make sure they fully understood the link between sumos and BBWs. So your primary focus in doing these is limiting knee extension as much as possible. A good way to think about it is when I talk about lat pull downs, you're keeping the elbow in a fixed position to limit how much your biceps get involved, so it's all lats. Same idea here. You're trying to keep that knee in a fixed position to limit how much your quads get involved, so it's all your glutes, which ultimately means the lockout or the top of the contraction is gonna be different. No longer is a finish rep defined by a fully flexed quad and knees locked out. Now it's defined by fully flexed glutes, which means there's going to be more pain. One thing that's helped people in the past I've worked with get that perfect form down on these is simply saying keep that same bend in your knees and focus on rotating over top of your hips. Sounds stupid, but it works. And because this form is going to be foreign to you, I would start out by resetting after every single rep. That way you can take inventory and make sure you're set up correctly. Make sure you're driving those knees out, that back is fully engaged and safe. Make sure you're shifting that weight back, and when you contract up, you're not just driving straight up, you're actually rotating at the hips and flexing the shit out of your glutes, which leads us into rep ranges. And you should do both. Because we changed the form on these, now we're really isolating down those glutes. There's times when you got to bring the ego out, walk around the gym, bang your chest, and lift some heavy shit. But that also means that it's going to be just as beneficial to do ridiculous high rep sets of 30 reps and throw up in your mouth. Congratulations. Now you're ready to go train those glutes more efficiently and actually grow an ass that can stop what you thought was a fart that you should have never trusted in the first place. And if you haven't got a chance to check out the 30-day full gym or garage program, there's definitely some sumos in there. I'll leave a link in the description. Also, if you need help with just other glute training exercises, there's a video. Also another one for your diet, but most importantly, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and get after it, get growing. Talk to you soon.